for something different.
Yeah, pretty good game. I thought yeah, I saw you live the other night. Might have been last night.
Oh, I've been going at it fucking hardcore. Hey, Metin, how's it all going? Yeah, just something else to break in. I was getting a bit slack for Resi. But yeah, I wanted to do an oldie, and yeah, it's all right. Doing the 64 version. I don't know if emulating 3DS stuff is quite there yet. I have 100% of the remake. A while back.
Yeah. Yeah, what's that? When did that come out? About 10 or so years ago?
Yeah, 2014, 2015, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's our update? Okay, we're not even halfway. We're about the first act into this thing. Sea of Rust. Cliffjumper. I'll never forget when they were trying to make Stinger a thing in Age of Extinction. And what was it?
He's like an evil bumblebee, isn't he?
Yeah, it's like a red bumblebee or something like that. Well, if it's a red bumblebee, is there any reason why it couldn't have been Cliffjumper?
Yeah, I think because he was a bad guy from memory.
Did he even have a line of dialogue?
I don't think so.
He was one of the man-made Transformers, I think.
Yeah, and he's not in the movie for very long. They see him when they break into the KSI, I think it's called, and when they escape, they send Galvatron and Stinger after them.
Yeah, I didn't really like the Fallen. I thought he was a bit of a shit character. Then why'd you use him? I've actually got the toy of Jazz from Fall of Cybertron.
Yeah, okay.
It was one of the first things I bought. My Hammond collection, Ceratops and Trudon arrived today. Nice. Two more species. Yeah, I got those ones from Unkies. You checking out anything tonight?
I've got the replay of the Cowboys game on in the background. Yeah, I've got a few things bubbling along this week that have caught my eye. I was thinking of revisiting. A couple of books turned up. One of them was the Sacred Scrolls, an analysis of the Planet of the Apes comic books. I think they were published by Marvel and Boom and a company called Gold Key. So Apes has been around for a long time. I think the first film came out in the 60s.
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah, there was that original series with Charlton Heston, although I don't think he was in all of them, but I think there's about 4 or 5, maybe 6 films, like Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Conquest, and then it sort of lay dormant for a few years, and you had that Tim Burton one from the early 2000s.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg, mate.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, Tim Roth.
General Fade.
Yeah, pretty good cast back in the day. And yeah, then a few years later, you had these new modern ones, which are just absolutely stellar. Like, it's hard to find a bad word said about them. You have that trilogy with Caesar, Andy Serkis's character, and
yeah,
it's a weird sort of franchise to read about, because I'm not a hardcore fan of it. I've only seen that original one with Heston once, back at uni, and I don't even think I've seen all the modern ones, so I do want to get up to speed on them. But yeah, it's a weird
all right,
sort of franchise, because the reboot is, they're just stellar, like critically and commercially acclaimed. almost the older ones are pretty much forgotten now. Everyone sort of gravitates towards the modern ones that are like effects have finally caught up, and yeah, the story's really good. How it sort of charts the decline the of civilization and how the apes took over. I was thinking this afternoon when I got home, is it the first instance of it was Earth the whole time? I mean, it's such a powerful ending, that Heston one. Even when you know it's coming, it still hits like a sledgehammer when the camera slowly lingers up to see the ruined Statue of Liberty. And like even when you know it's coming, you just God, it's such a good ending. I wonder if that's the first example ever of it was Earth the whole time. Beast Wars did it many decades
You
later.
know, I'm sitting here thinking the whole "it was Earth all along" thing that they do, like, um, I don't know if it was done before Planet of the Apes, but it's been done a lot of times since.
Yeah, yeah. It was sort of loosely based. I'm not sure how faithful it was. It was a there was a book. I think it was a French book where the stinger in the book is it's it's an astronaut reading a story about a human who was stranded on a planet by hyper intelligent apes, and the final stinger is the astronaut removes his helmet and it's an ape, and they say it's a silly story. Everyone knows humans can't talk. It was something along those lines, and the and Burton tried to recapture that magic with the statue of Abraham Lincoln is now made. So there's some stuff I remember about that one, and I ordered the novelization of that. There's a good secondhand bookstore that I've
Shit.
sort of found a couple of months ago, and yeah, they had the novelization of the 2001 Burton film. So
I think Michael
yeah,
Clark Duncan was in there somewhere as well, if I'm not mistaken.
he was, yeah, he played one of the ape characters, and
Yeah.
Helena Bonham Carter, Estella Warren, and yeah, it was pretty good for the time. But it's feast and famine, isn't it? Because I wasn't old enough to experience the whole phenomenon as a boy. The apes, that original series came and went, and you think, as a teenager, there's a huge movie with Burton and everyone, and you think, wow, like, and it's somewhat underwhelming. I find it entertaining, but it is, very
I
uneven.
I just think, I mean, the cast is all well put together. I think the tough sell is Marky Mark as an astronaut. Like, I mean, talking apes and time traveling in alternate dimensions, like, all that's easy. But Mark Wahlberg as an astronaut is a bit much.
Yeah, it's sort of, and again, it's sort of been lost to time. Either people sort of warmly regard the original ones from last century, or they gravitate towards the newer ones. It's a weird sort of thing to sort of be um, sitting bang in the middle as like a bridging one, and because it overlooks some things like as bad as the movie got slammed. Hardly anyone said a bad word about Tim Roth. Like he's a
Which I'm actually quite surprised they haven't used General Thade again in any capacity.
yeah.
Like, I'm surprised that that name didn't become a mainstay, like, your Caesars and your Dr. Zaius and all that kind of thing. Like, I mean, they all took their cast their hat into the ring in the original movie, but I'm surprised that some of these characters that were added down the line with the franchise haven't found their, like, I mean, as you're just saying, like General Thade, like, I say this to fans all the time, I'm truly shocked that we haven't seen a new rendition of him.
Yeah, it seems like he's probably the only thing in the film that had some staying power. Uh, but yeah, I don't think he's made. He may have popped up in some later comics or not. I'm looking forward to delving into that book. It's yeah, it just sort of caught my eye, and
Yeah.
I thought I would yeah, give it a go. Um, and the other thing that I caught my eye was I rewatched Pokemon the first movie.
Oh, yeah? Yeah? What brought that on?
Mewtwo. Something caught my eye about him. And actually, I know what it was. It was the lack of respect like that funny Norm Macdonald joke.
Yeah, you know, like
Because I
that
know,
hurts the most. Well, except for the
yeah,
other thing, that hurts the most, but the lack of respect hurts the
yeah,
second most.
yeah. Because there was a time, I know there's like a bazillion legendary Pokemon now, but well, like back in the day, there was like a handful, and when they showed up, it was a big deal. And and sort of Mewtwo now has sort of been overshadowed by like so many um others that have followed since. And
Well, the thing that
like if you were,
well, Mewtwo,
mm,
like Mew is legendary. Mewtwo's not. Mewtwo's real claim to fame is that he's man-made.
yeah,
I think it jumped the shark when all these legendaries in these movies could all talk human.
right,
But I always liked I mean, with the except, well, Meowth isn't a legendary or anything like that, but like its Pokemon can talk to, you know. But Mewtwo talking to humans and all that kind of stuff, like it has an excuse to do that because it's man-made.
yeah. So what's his actual classification? Is he a psychic
Well,
or?
as far as yeah, it's psychic type, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
but he's rare though. He's
yeah, there's only one in existence. They ever only made one.
yeah, okay, yeah. And
Yeah.
it was just such an eerie sort of movie. It really captured the zeitgeist of 1999 with like biotechnology and cloning and genetics and
Yeah, was it 98 or 99? It might have
well, I
been
think
98 in Japan. We got it the year
yes,
after.
yeah, that's what makes them difficult to find. I found it hard to get a decent copy of it because it's there was always this weird sort of delay,
Yeah,
like the sequel came out in '99, but it was rebranded for Western audiences as Pokemon the Movie 2000,
yeah,
and I
that's
think
right.
it's
Yeah,
been subtitled as The Power of One, and
that's right. Yeah.
but yeah, like it's sort of. 'Cause that movie was fucking huge in 1999. It was everywhere. And now it's sort of, I guess if you were born last century, you sort of remember what a big
It
deal it
had
was. But
it had the largest opening weekend of an animated film for 1 week. It lost that title the next weekend when Toy Story 2 came out. Well, of course, man. Pokemon's going to get donkey licked by Toy. Like, I mean, there's no arguing that toss. Um,
yeah, I guess yeah, it sort of doesn't sit right. We need to put Mewtwo back on the perch where he belongs. I did read he's in Detective Pikachu, but I haven't watched that yet. I do have a copy of it somewhere. Because I'd like to see him in live action and see how he translates.
yeah, psychic Pokemon. It's just eerie, very eerie. Um,
Yeah, particularly because he doesn't move his mouth. It's really cool how they did him.
Yeah, well, he's like, because it makes you wonder if he's actually talking or if because the movie implies with Nurse Joy that he's using psychic powers to put the words in your head. So he's not actually talking, he's talking to you in your mind. Like, the movie kind of plays that card a little bit with it.
Yeah, I thought the opening scene was really well done, really chilling, and with all those
That reminds me,
scientists.
if you're interested in Mewtwo, did you see that The Birth of Mewtwo short that they cut out of it?
No, I haven't
It
yet.
it delves into the Dr. Tenma Astro Boy looking scientist,
Yeah,
uh,
okay.
and why he's obsessed with cloning and all. I won't blow it open for you or anything like that. You can go and check it out yourself. They added it into the Return of Mewtwo movie, but it was meant to be in the first movie, but they thought it might have been a bit too intense
Yeah,
for
okay.
younger viewers, so they took it out for us. But there's that short Birth of Mewtwo that you might be interested in.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think it's a pretty intense scene, even though they removed that. It reminded me of the flashback scene in one of the X-Men films, how after they've successfully experimented on Logan and bonded the metal, and there's these sort of blink and you miss it shots of these, like they're passing champagne around and they're clapping, and it's like that they have no idea of the how much shit they're in now, and they just like they're just breaching so many moral and ethical boundaries, and they don't care, and they're happy about it, and they have no idea of the hell they've unleashed.
Oh my god. Yeah, I love it. It's like when they're all getting pissed for the Running Man and they're getting ready to watch people die and get murdered
Yeah.
on a game show, but they're all just getting drunk.
Yeah. Oh, last season's losers.
Yeah, well, they beat us last year, so this year I really want to kick their ass. Yeah, you son of a bitch. Yeah, so you just felt that we needed to have a Mewtwo appreciation post. Bring him back, get him back to his roots.
Yeah, just to sort of put him back on that perch. But I understand, it was 30 years ago, and there's been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, I think, new Pokemon in the decade since. I can understand, like, the younger generations probably wouldn't care all that much, but gee whiz, just how fucking cool was he back in the day?
I mean, yeah, not to mention, I really like some of the things before I get wrapped up in fucking Pokemon all night. I really liked the way the trainers sort of react to him.
Yeah,
Like especially the bloke in the red jumpsuit. Like if Mewtwo is a Pokemon, then there should be no reason why we can't just capture him.
yeah.
Um, like I like how they sort of approach it like any other wild encounter, but the thing is just so stupidly powerful.
Yeah, that was cool.
He has an off switch for Pokemon. He's like the Haitian. I got to be honest, I didn't really think too much of 2000.
Yeah,
Um,
that was okay.
I mean, it was all right, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
Oh,
too
there we
bad.
go.
Like,
That's awesome, Dust. I'm glad that it's working again.
I, I thought the first film had a bit better story though, and also being the sequel, the and seeing it on the big screen, the novelty had probably kind of worn off a little bit.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
think that had a nationwide release for us though. I think that had because I went to school with some kids that were screaming blind that they saw it in cinemas, and I'm sure they did. I just don't remember it. Like I just remember going into Video Easy one day, and then it was just there. Like it was
mhm.
Pokemon the movie 2. Um, all right, I guess. Like it wasn't like this one just kind of happened,
Yeah,
whereas the first one, like the world stopped to go and see it.
yeah. I'm surprised how lean the running time was.
It's just barely longer than like what 2 episodes, I think,
Yeah, it's barely
maybe
over an
3.
hour. Um, but back in the day, they aired the Pikachu Vacation at the
Yeah,
start to sort of pad out the running time a little bit.
yeah. Well, I'm sure it would have felt more like a movie if they didn't cut out that Mewtwo origin.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But like it's to be expected. You remove shit, your movie gets shorter.
Yeah.
But what I don't, well, okay, here's what I don't get right. Oh god, there's going to be some ball bag trickery to this fight, isn't there? Um, Fuck off. He's on me. Yeah, I don't sweat you. All right, got him. Um, yeah, far out. Yeah, it's interesting that because that so they removed that origin and yeah, it's spoiler alert. Mewtwo doesn't really have a happy upbringing. So I don't understand why removing those 8 minutes or however long it is. It's not a very long short. If anything, like it's funny because people say it adds a lot to Mewtwo's and it does. But I think it pads out the scientist that's obsessed with cloning a bit more than him. But
Yeah. Hmm.
Because it delves in because there's that one throwaway line. You probably caught it when you saw it the other day. That the head scientist of the cloning experiment, he makes a mention in the audio logs that Jesse and James play when they get to New Island,
Yeah.
and it says that when the lab is getting destroyed by Mewtwo, he says, "We've finally created something strong enough to survive the cloning process." Uh, so there's a lot going on there, and the short goes into that a bit more.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds really cool. It's always good when these things come out and they sort of can put it into a bit more context. I
Yeah.
was checking out the ultimate cut of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and
Fuck, man. Hey, like,
at the start, like Jack, that old guy, the fucking MVP of the whole franchise.
yeah. Why does he just stand there? Like, I mean,
But
I'm not the biggest. Like, look, man. I'm not gonna rip the guts out of these fucking Snyder movies. I'm totally indifferent to them, to be honest. I just don't care about them.
no, man, get on Jack, the MVP. True to his word, because if you look at that scene, like he's the only one there. He true to his word, he did get everyone out of the building, and just stayed there for some reason.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, Jack, the MVP, mate. I want a movie about him.
Yeah, so that is that like the 3.5 hour long version, or however offensively long it is.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's the thing as well. It's what kind of shits me about sort of modern day availability. The theatrical cut doesn't seem to exist anymore. It's just that. It's hard to find the theatrical cuts of anything really, unless you sort of bought them physically. They don't seem to be sort of streaming anywhere.
yeah, like
It's hard to
the Dumb and
find.
Dumber theatrical one. Like the consensus now in all these forums is that it's been lost to time. Like, yeah, like it never made the jump to DVD.
Yeah, that one annoys me, and the Mallrats one annoys me. If Because I think the extended version of that is garbage.
I agree with what you say, right? Like director's cuts need to be shorter, not longer. Like
Yeah,
like
or
cut
at
even
least
more shit out.
or at least give us both of them. Like there's plenty of space on a DVD disc and a Blu-ray disc to store both versions. The
Yeah.
fact that the original one seems to fade away really gives me the shits. The Interestingly enough, the one that seems to be sort of freely available is Terminator 2. Even though there's an extended version, I suspect it's because when they did the 3D re-release in 2017, that was the theatrical cut, not the extended version. So the theatrical one seems to have a bit more availability to it.
Yeah.
I haven't, although I guess it's not a big deal with the Lord of the Rings because most people would prefer to watch the extended versions, but I haven't really checked
You know,
to see if
it's
they're
it's
available.
been a minute since I've seen the theatrical ones. Like I've got them on hand.
Yeah, okay,
And
yeah,
and you can find those. Like you can buy those just about anywhere on a
yeah,
digital platform. Um,
yeah,
like I was see because that's something I found quite interesting is that YouTube movies has like all of their extended versions and all of their theatrical ones. And they even did that with Dominion, like the extended Jurassic World Dominion. So I bought both Dominions just to fucking annoy the people that don't like that movie. Mm.
yeah,
Um, yeah, the extended DVD. Yeah, but that one's called the Ultimate Edition. Um,
yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen the Zack Snyder's Justice League, but I ever only saw it the once, right? And I tried to sit down and watch it again not that long ago. But the slow motion Superman death scream at the start of it just makes me realize, oh fuck, man! Like, there's 4 hours now, and I actually got to watch this now. Like, and I tap out. You know, like I really do. Like, no Justice League movie needs 4 fucking hours to
Yeah.
tell its story.
Yeah, I don't know what came over me. I had about half an hour or something to kill last Saturday before a game came on. And I thought, well, why not, right? And I started getting really into it.
You're checking out all sorts of random shit. Why aren't you like this all the time?
Oh shit, I liked it. Yeah, Jack, you got to get everyone out of the building.
But the thing is, though, is that there's plenty of time. Like, I mean, like, what about the elevator thing that he sends down? Like, are you gonna hop in at all, or nah? I'll just stay here and die because Bruce needs to be pissed off. See, but the thing that I find quite interesting about Bruce in that, the Ben Affleck take, is that you didn't need a citywide destructive fight to have him pissed off at someone. He's like, that's just his normal look.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, Man of Steel should, like, this should have just been the first movie right out of the gate and just say, fuck that alien.
Yeah. Yeah, you write a puff piece editorial.
You see, because that's the thing that I like the most, how... So Batman's angry at Superman because of all of the people that he killed and that he's like a murderer and all that shit. And like, if anything, wouldn't... And Batman in this movie kills people himself, right? Like, so if anything, wouldn't Bruce just give him a dressing down over the fact, like Superman, you should have killed Zod sooner than you did? Like if anything, like, is that what he's angry about? Like, I can't figure this shit out, man.
Yeah, none of it makes a lick of sense at all. Oh God, it was yeah, but I didn't mind it. It's not. I'm not its biggest cheerleader suddenly, but it wasn't totally, completely fucking 3-week-old trash like I was expecting. It was kind of watchable.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's some shit in there. Like, it's definitely overblown, but I mean, like, fuck, man. Like, the trailer gave a lot of that away. I mean, and I hate saying that because I think it's just such a dumb criticism. Like, I saw a comment say something once like, ever since 2015, trailers have been giving away all these details. Do me a favor. Go back and watch the Revenge of the Sith trailer from 2004. That gives fucking everything away and how it does it. Like, this isn't a new thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's like saying,
Like,
you know,
look at
blue, you know?
look at the Lost World trailer from '97. That gives away fucking everything. Absolutely everything. This isn't a new thing that everyone keeps... Oh, fuck these guys. Like, this isn't a new thing that everyone keeps talking about. I just wish they kept some secrets behind. Movies have never done that. I don't know why it's suddenly a problem now. I mean,
Yeah.
there's always this crazy third option, just don't watch the fucking trailer.
Yeah, that's what I was sort of
Like,
trying to think about. Yeah, the ending of the original Planet of the Apes movie. I haven't rewatched it, but I watched that final scene on YouTube, and it just still packs such a wallop, and it just sort of got me thinking: do spoilers really ruin things? Maybe they do in some cases, but maybe it's just Heston's intense acting, and I forget who the female actress was. Like when he's on his knees in the water as the waves are lapping on the beach, and she just stares up at it dumbfounded, like she doesn't truly know its significance, and she doesn't understand why he's so upset. And yeah, like the whole scene together just packs such a wallop, even though you know it's coming, and it still gets you.
yeah.
It's yeah, really cool.
I remember one trailer thing that you made a mention of. Oh, this was about like 2 months or so now. Was the Ghost in the Darkness? Was the second lion spoiled in the trailer? Well, I don't know about it being in the trailer because the second lion is kind of spoiled in the name of the film. It's the Ghost and the Darkness. Like, those are the two lions. I don't know if that moment where it's on the fucking roof and jumps off and just destroys that guy. I don't know if that was a trailer moment or not, but the title of the film itself is the name of both of those lions. So if people are getting bent out of shape that the second lion could or like may or may not have appeared in the trailer, I mean, its name is in the fucking title of the film.
Yeah, but that's another scene as well. It's still so good. many years later. It's truly a terrific sequence, that part of the film. And even when you know it's coming, it's still so cool to watch how it's silhouetted against the sun on the roof. Yeah, I remember watching that movie in the cinemas, and I was really slow on the uptake. I didn't quite comprehend what had happened. It was that good. It bowled me completely. I just swung and missed, and they whipped the bales off behind me. I didn't quite get the fact it was how did it get up on the roof so fast? But and then Val Kilmer's acting really sold it. Jesus Christ, there were two of them, and you just know that whole camp is in deep shit.
Which is why Remington's character, Michael Douglas, ends up looking like a complete fucking idiot. Because when he kills one, he goes and gets drunk. When there's the second one's out there and it's twice as pissed off now. It's just like, it drags him from the tent and just kills him.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still a bit iffy on that all these years later. It's a good scene noted about it, but yeah, I don't know about it. It felt like a poor end to his character.
I know
But he did kill
Remington.
one of them,
Yeah, I
and
know. I know Remington was a complete work of fiction, like
yeah,
for the for the addition of the movie. Like Pattinson was a real character and from the real events, but I'm pretty sure Remington was made up for the movie.
yeah. Well, there's a couple of things going on with that one. So Michael Douglas produced it through his company,
Yeah,
and I think him attaching himself to Star probably gave it the oomph it needed to get made. So yeah, they made up that sort of character and role for him, and he
and
does
Tom,
a pretty good job. I know. I've heard it said off and on somewhere that the director didn't like having to do that, but I think Douglas is really good in it. I think he really adds a lot to it.
yeah, and Tom Wilkinson's in there. Beaumont.
Yeah, he's the
Um,
wanker boss.
yeah,
Yeah.
the late great Tom Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Um, I read that he passed away. I was like, oh, that's shit. Like, I mean, if you want to cast a wanker in anything, you just use Tom. Well, now we need to find another guy to play all these guys. No, because he's the same in everything. Like, the only movie I can think Tom Wilkinson is an okay kind of guy, but even then, incredibly questionable is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Like, when he's playing Howard, like, he's a real upfront sort of guy. Then you realize he porked his receptionist.
Yeah.
And then he mind wiped her so she couldn't remember it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just these great character actors. Anthony Chilled, um, or whatever his name is, Chilton from Silence of the Lambs. He said from that point on, he just played unsympathetic characters. Ted Levine, if you need a psycho, call me.
I rewatched
There's another
Joyride the
guy.
other night. I mean, like,
Um,
even though Ted Levine doesn't physically portray Rusty Nail, he does the voice, I believe.
yes, that's right. Yeah, yeah. I revisited that one.
That is
I
a
think
good movie. I like that one.
yeah, I watched that Vacancy. I may have mentioned it, and that sort of came out around the same time. I think I watched um, Roadkill or Joyride or whatever it is as well. Yeah,
I think it was Roadkill in the US.
yeah,
I think. I'm not too
and it was
sure.
Joyride here. Yeah,
I love it for no other reason than when Steve Zahn tries to pipe down Lily. And then when Paul Walker comes in, that quote lives in my head rent free all the time. He said, I thought there was no girl. Then he asked what you were doing alone in the other room with her, which, you know, is a pretty fucking excellent question. No, that's a really good movie. I like that one. Because it's interesting because with Joyride, Roadkill, whatever it is to you and your parts of the world, the majority of that film is shot inside of a car.
yeah, and yeah, the CB, the two way. Yeah, really cool, really effective. I'm just going off comms for a minute. Sit tight, all right?
Yeah, that's all right. I'm getting a bit fucking annoyed with with these things. Yeah, but Cliffjumper is no heavy hitter, man. You got to duck and weave there. Oh fuck! Whole ass boy. I don't even think we're supposed to be killing these things. I think we need to get to that waypoint, but I've just been getting wrapped up in talking about roadkill. The movie, not actual roadkill. Or Joyride, whatever it is. It's one of those weird movies that had two different names. Speaking of which, where the fuck is Jazz during all of this? Yeah, that cloak probably would have come in handy, but, you know, too many people take the pussy way out. We'll take the dick way out for a change. Mm.
Massive sword scrapes, a trail of destruction. Yeah, Grimlock went through here. Grimlock doesn't leave much to chance, does he?
You're giving him too much credit. Grimlock's a hothead.
I just respect the that's all.
Yes. We're still a ways away from Grimlock rocking up, but I think we see our first Dinobot in a less than ideal condition pretty soon. This isn't like a 100% run or anything like that, just a nice simple run and gun while we're shooting the shit. I think it's still the same.
Technology encounter predates the Civil War by a few millennia. Rumors persist, though,
Bit of health wouldn't go astray.
of a massive explosion being the cause that abruptly ended all sentient life there.
What even are these things? Yeah, there you are. Where have you been this whole time? Hmm. Well, no sequel for Jazz. We're just going to have to leave him. He'll only slow us down. Yeah, I'm not too sure if these things actually are Decepticons. Why are they all glowing green?
How'd you go?
Oh, yeah, alright. I found Jazz. He rocks up. I tell you, Annie, he's somewhere jerking off. He rocked up for like 2 seconds and then just got fucking... Alright. I'm pretty sure we get Jazz in the next level.
Don't worry, buddy. I'm coming.
Nah, leave him. He'll only slow us down. Okay, can we use the cloak on these things? Yeah, Cliffjumper had a line in the 86 movie. Yeah, he did the countdown and then he fucked off and he doesn't have another line of dialogue again. Attaboy. Yeah, alright. We're doing good. We're doing good. So obviously we need to do a Netflix series about the origins of Rusty Nail.
You're still functioning.
Don't give them any ideas. Although I was reading, that first Pokemon movie has been remade.
Yeah, it has. I haven't seen it. It's that 3D DreamWorks looking
Yeah.
thing. I don't know what's changed or...
Apparently very little. I was reading the other day. It's almost a shot-for-shot remake. Very bizarre.
But why
What's
would
going on
they...
there?
why would they do that? Like this remake didn't see a theatrical re-release. I don't believe it was an anniversary or anything like that. I don't get why they went out of their way for that.
Yeah, that was a strange one because I think it came out a while ago now, around 2020 or so. So that's like a 20-year span. That's not too long in the grand scheme of things. I don't know if we should be remaking stuff um, after only a decade or two, but I don't know. Maybe they thought the the animation didn't hold up. I thought it really did. It's the
Oh, the
animation is pretty
intro
good.
battle in particular, I think, is very well put together.
Yeah.
Um, like I remember, what was it? One of the things that uh, I remember this dipshit I went to school with he used to say all the time. The thing that I love the most about Pokemon, the first movie, is that only Pokemon from the first generation are in the film. I'm like, Togepi is in the movie, dickhead. Um, and the guy that Ash battles at the start uses a Donphan. Um, that rhino elephant tank fucking thing at the start of, I'm like, Donphan is in the movie as well, and Misty has Togepi at that point. Like, those are Gen 2s. um
So what's the cutoff? What distinguishes a Gen 1 from a Gen 2?
Everything before Mew, so the first 151.
Yeah,
uh
right, okay.
that's
Yep.
generation 1, and then you've got the 251, that's G2, and I think it's like 394, I think's Gen 3, and then I'd just be taking a guess as to what's what after that.
Yeah, fucking up.
Yeah, so I think that, yeah, that they added 100 Pokemon to the roster for Gen 2. No,
Yeah,
I actually really like G2 as far as Pokemon's concerned, because I think Pokemon 3 Spell of the Unknown is the best movie.
yeah, okay.
Um, I liked it a lot better than 2000. Like, I don't know what it is. 2000 has a really awesome soundtrack. I like the theme of The World Turns to Ash. That's a really good piece of music, but Lugia's song speaks for itself and that kind of thing. But I don't know, there's something about that movie just didn't really click with me. I think it's because I like Ho-Oh better than Lugia, and Ho-Oh never got a movie, so fuck me, I guess. Yeah, well, Ho-Oh was the mascot of Gold, and Lugia was the mascot of Silver, and then all of a sudden I see Lugia plastered all over this movie, and I'm like, well, where's Ho-Oh in all of this? And to add insult to injury, Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno are all in that movie as well, and there's no
Yes.
fucking Ho-Oh.
Yeah, that's right, they are.
Um, I like people when they talk about how clever the Pokemon names are. I'm like, yeah, well, obviously. I mean, Arctic Uno, Zapdos, Moltres, 1, 2, 3. Right? Uno, dos, tres.
Yeah, that Offspring song.
Yeah, good morning! Scooter! Um, yeah, like that always pissed me off. Like ever since I was a kid, because I had Gold version, and I always thought Ho-Oh. As far as like when I think legendary Pokemon, I think Ho-Oh right off the bat. Like it just looks so elegant. It looks so extravagant. It looks so badass. It looks like a living legend. um, when I look at Lugia, I just think Lugia looks a little bit too bland. Like there's not really like it's what, mostly white. Like there's just most of
Yeah,
it's just a blank canvas. I just don't think it's a very interesting look.
yeah, yeah, he's predominantly white.
Yeah, like there's just doesn't seem to be a whole lot going on with him. Yeah, Beast of the Sea and the song and Aeroblast and like, yeah, oh, that's all good shit. I just don't really like the way he looks. Design wise, yeah, but that color palette needs a bit of work. Nothing annoys me more when a Pokemon is the most boring thing on the page. In a
Which one do you
Pokemon.
think has the best design
Uh,
of the ones that you know?
like any Pokemon or like legendary.
Or any Pokemon in general? What's one that really caught your eye and went, yeah, looks really good?
That looks really good. I actually quite like Crocodile, to be honest.
Yeah, okay.
I never thought I would. It's basically it's this bipedal crocodile, but it looks like a thief because it's a dark type. It's dark and ground.
Yeah.
It's got like these big black menacing eyes, but it looks like almost like a domino mask kind of. It's really cool. You can Google it when you get the chance. Like I really like Crocodile. Like I
Is he
mean,
a Gen 1 or a Gen 2?
Gen 5 actually.
Oh, wow, shit.
So he's a little bit late to the party, but I quite like Crocodile.
That's
But
pretty cool. The fact that they're coming up with pretty good designs well into the life of the series, that's pretty good.
I see that they've announced the next generation. I think we're going into Gen 10, I believe.
Oh, wow.
But they're Switch 2 exclusives, and yeah, well, I think it's about time I part ways with this series anyway. What I think it's called like Pokemon Winds and Waves or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Looks interesting and all of that, but I'm not spending $1,000 on a fucking Switch 2 and online subscription and that.
Yeah.
No, I've definitely tapped out with this series, but I hope everyone who's still sticking with it enjoys it. I actually quite like Scarlet and Violet. I wasn't the biggest fan of Sword and Shield, but I thought Scarlet and Violet were really good.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's all right for my swan song.
Yeah.
Go out with one you like. Don't stick around and then go out with one that pisses you off.
Yeah, well, I mean, it just gets to a point where you feel like you've had your fill, hey?
Well, it does. I mean, like, what? It's the 30th anniversary of Pokemon this year. I'm like, fuck, man, guys, we're a stone's throw away from being middle aged, man. Like 7 years is fuck all. You know, like that's nothing. Like that's going to be over in an eye blink. Like pretty soon it's going to be the 40th anniversary. Like, of this thing, and just yeah. Well, for me, the first thing that sort of told me that all right, it's time to start distancing myself from it was when they committed to not having all the Pokemon in the games moving forward. That to me was sort of the indication of yeah, the kids that started with this thing, who probably most likely have kids of their own now. This is sort of like a subtle hint that yeah, these things aren't going to be the like how you've always imagined these things. It's not going to be that way anymore moving forward. Yeah, all right, fair enough, cool. I mean, they got like what 1,000 monsters now. Like, yeah, fair enough. It's probably a bit daunting for kids to try and collect 1,000 of these things in one go. But having said that, though, the capacity to trade with people has grown a lot outside of a Game Boy and a link cable in the schoolyard, hoping that teachers don't catch you. Like, I mean, you can literally just fire up that service and trade with anyone on the planet, and you can request the exact thing you want. So I've never really bought that excuse, but when they removed it and there was just no budging on it, I'm like, yeah, alright, fair enough. Whatever. And then I haven't really followed it. So, like,
Yeah, so they're pushing the older ones aside for the newer ones. At least they didn't slaughter them on a space shuttle.
well, that's just how I viewed that. Like, maybe I was reading a bit too far into it, but like when they take it, like the Nat Dex was a mainstay since the Generation 1 remakes. And then when they just said, yeah, all right, look, guys, we're not doing this Nat Dex shit anymore. We'll take a good chunk of them, and we'll have about 600 apiece in the games moving forward, which I guess is fair.
Yeah.
You know, and we've seen the whole, like, what were they calling it on Twitter? I think they were calling it Dexit, is what they were calling it. Up all night thinking of that one, boys. Yeah, it bothered me, but with Sword and Shield, and it took, when did they come out? Like 2019, I think? I didn't get around to those till like 2 or so years after the fact. But they were a little bit too handholdy for me. But granted, you know, like what a child's game was back in 1999 isn't really what a child's game is today. So, you know, and just all that sort of stuff, just sort of compiled against me, and just yeah, nah, it's time for me to part ways with this thing, and that's cool. Like they're like the bloke next to me who's wearing a Charmander onesie. and talking about how this shit is in his blood. Fucking good on you, man. You've got more of this shit coming. I hope you enjoy it. But me, it's time for me to just sort of.
Yeah, the My Little Pony bed sheets.
Yeah, escort bomb. Maybe if I actually fucking read the objectives. I mean, it's just one of those things, man. Like, I've well and truly outgrown what typically is the protagonist of these things, and Pokemon's become multi-generational, but it's not really all that interested in being multi-generational, you know? Like, it's, yeah, alright, fair enough. Like, why can't we completely create our own characters and set them to be whatever age we want them to be? Like, why do we have to keep playing as 10-year-olds? And that kind of thing, you know? Like, oh, well, the answer's simple, because we're not supposed to be there.
Yeah, but when you think about it, like, there's adult trainers in the world. Like,
Yeah, there is. I just wonder why we can't be one.
Yeah,
is all.
That's a good point, actually.
Like, I would have thought that, at the bare minimum, would have been a nice compromise. At least then, you know, it's... Oh, fucking hell, this is going to be a little bit tricky. I might even stream a Pokemon randomizer down the line.
What's a randomizer?
Just completely turn the game on its head. Like, you could choose your starter Pokemon out of the option of 3 that you get at the start, and it could be a fucking Mewtwo for all you know. Jazz, are you gonna give us some fucking firepower down here, or what? Just gonna fucking annoy me all day, I guess. Reloading, Jazz. Fuck me. What happened now? Did he fucking trip over his wallet or something? Signal Jazz to load the bomb. Alright, let's go down. This is starting to fucking annoy me. Don't let the Decepticons destroy the bomb. Well, you know, a little bit of help would go a long way, but... Where did that little prick run off to? Alright. Fuck me dead! Now this is starting to fucking annoy me a little bit. You know, what was that thing that we were talking about not long ago? Like, am I still actively following something because I'm a fan and I like what it's doing, or am I just doing it out of habit now because I've done it since I was 10 years old? That's probably the thing that bit me the most with Pokemon. I think a lot of it was just doing it habitually.
Yeah, that can happen. If you've been a fan of something for a long time, it sort of does sort of become a habit.
Fucking ammo's running a bit dry. Yeah, that's a bit better. Just blow the fucking thing. It's a bomb. Why do we have to... It's where we need it to be. It wasn't very realistic. Yeah, but that whole... Yeah, it definitely was out of habit. Like, I remember Sun and Moon from 2016. Those were the ones that were really... Which is really odd, because I really liked X and Y from 2013. I think that was Gen 6, maybe. I really liked those games on the 3DS. I thought those were really good. But for some reason, a lot of other people my age fucking hated them, and I can't figure out why. But when Sun and Moon came about, that was sort of it for me. I'm like, yeah, that's a little bit... Yeah, I don't know. You are a writer, and writers are artists, and artists are a little, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll take the plunge. Later. That's cheating.
Alright, thank God that's over. Alright, so now we get to play Jazz. I sure as hell hope he's not as useless as the CPU made him out to be. What was it? Scatman Crothers, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's correct. Casey Kasem.
Yeah. What is it again? The Socialist Democratic Federated Republic of Carbombia.
Good lord.
And that was the episode that made Casey Kasem tap out.
Yeah, it was the
Thief in the Night.
yeah, right. Yeah, it was an Octane-centric episode.
Yeah, and Triptychon. They wanted the energon-laced oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is where we find Sludge. The Insecticon nest. Sludge is dead.
Is he functional? He's pretty messed up in a stasis lock. Might be enough energon.
Yeah, there we go. We get a stasis lock mention there. As made famous from Beast Wars. Oh, but truck, not monkey. Fuck out of here. You know, I think Pokemon for me, one of the things that they started doing with some of these legendaries was you've got a Pokemon that when it was born, time began. You know, you started getting the Poke Gods or whatever they're called.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's just with any long-running franchise, there's a natural inclination to think bigger. You know, it's Ghostface running around on a spaceship. We'll get there eventually.
I just want to say my theory has and always will be Pokemon created humans.
Yeah, oh, that's interesting. How do you how do you get to that? What's your reason?
Well, if we've got a Pokemon that it was born, and as its heartbeat time flows, I'm talking about Dialga, the mascot from Diamond. If we've got shit like that happening, is it too far out of the realm of possibility that one of these things was born and then we just suddenly popped up? Like, there's not one thing that I could cite that makes me believe that. Like look at Ho-Oh. Like, Ho-Oh, with some of its Dex entries, like, there's that story about how a Flareon, a Vaporeon, and a Jolteon died in a fire at Tin Tower, I think it was. Ho-Oh flies over it with its 7 coloured wings, and then all of a sudden we've got Entei, Raikou, and Suicune. They got reincarnated. Like, if we got Pokemon that can do that kind of thing, why can't we be made by them?
Yeah, okay.
You know, like, I mean, the laws of life and death haven't really, look at the first movie, for example. Like, Pokemon Tears can restore lost lives.
Yeah, that's correct.
You know, that's mentioned in the movie a couple of times there. So why not? You know,
I mean, every theory is just as valid as the other one, right?
Yeah, who became Cyclonus?
Yeah.
You know what my theory is? I do this just to piss off the bombshell crowd. I say when Cyclonus is mentioned, and then it says "and his armada," I'm pretty sure Unicron, when he says Cyclonus, is referencing the one in the background, and Armada's the one in the foreground. Because why not? Prove me wrong. Tell me that's not the way to read it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's equally as valid. I always liked, why is it automatically Thundercracker that's Scourge? Because by the time that shot appears, they've lost their colouring and a glowing purple. So it always sort of puzzled me. Why are we automatically defaulting to Thundercracker?
Well,
they look exactly the same.
Well, why are we assuming that Skywarp and Thundercracker are even there? If you look at Starscream's coronation, they're fucking there when that scene happens.
Yeah, there's just so many characters. The script can't keep track of all of them, and neither can the animators. So all these things sort of coalesce.
I was always a Skywarp man. Oh, well, I'm sure you are.
I bet.
You know, because one of the things that I hear is, because Skywarp can teleport. Where the fuck are we going? Oh.
He's supposed to, if and Thundercracker creates these sonic booms. They may have been more pronounced in the comic book. Like Bombshell can like read minds and shit. Like reading their tech specs and their character profiles, they're so much more interesting than what the shows and cartoons actually gave us.
Because someone made a mention that Cyclonus can do that too, and I'm like, well, I never saw him demonstrate the ability, like, at all in G1. Why are people so hell-bent that that's the deciding factor?
Yeah, I've never heard of him doing that.
Be in trouble. I gotta move. Look out! I'm coming through.
We are not fucking doing this again.
Jazz, I'm trapped.
Where the hell is he?
I'm pulling the plug.
Yeah, Thundercracker is Scourge. Deal with it. Well, in my head canon, Scourge is a Lamborghini.
That was close, Jazz. What now? The stress signal is gone. Picking up that previous energy signal. I say we chase it. Signal's beyond that door. We'll see about that.
You know, isn't it interesting? In the '86 movie, only 3 characters survive, right, from the G1 Autobot toy line: Bumblebee, Jazz, and Cliffjumper. Now, Scatman Carruthers would pass away soon after the movie came out, so then we never see Jazz again. Casey Kasem would quit because of Thief in the Night, and we never see Cliffjumper again. And Bumblebee gets made into Goldbug.
Yeah.
So the 3 that survive, 2 of them get taken out anyway because of real-world reasons. And Bumblebee gets reformatted, gets rebuilt by the Quintesson in The Return of Optimus Prime.
Yeah, it was probably prolonging the inevitable, because he hardly ever appeared in Season 3 from memory.
Well, why would he? Because you've got Wheelie now.
That's right, yeah, that's what I mean. They just sort of prolonged it.
Yeah. Alright, where are we going? I love when Jazz transforms, he does like an electric boogaloo.
Yeah.
See you on the other side.
Alright, what did I just pick up?
We got company dropping in.
So are you going to revisit more of these Pokemon movies, or was it just the love for Mewtwo? You got to put Mewtwo back in his place.
Yeah, I have the first three or four. I might give them a watch because, like I mentioned earlier, the running times are very lean,
Yeah.
so you can sort of hammer through them, and they're sort of fun and breezy. So yeah, I might give the next couple a go. I can't see myself um, watching, 20 or so, but I will. I'll just take it um, film by film and see how it goes.
I
Because
ever only saw the first four.
yeah,
Someone did tell me about that Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. Apparently, that's the same Mew from the first movie. I don't know if that's true or not.
yeah, okay, yeah. I've heard there's only one Mew, Lucario. That's one I actually do have. I've got a copy of that. Um,
Yeah, I always thought
Sitting on the
Lucario
shelf.
was like the Boba Fett of Pokemon. Like, I know he's very popular. I've just never really rated him, mate.
Yeah,
I don't rate him.
yeah, and it's been a nice sort of change of pace. I've finished season one of From, and then I switched gears and went back to resume my viewing of Fringe. It's and yeah, I just thought I'd sort of shift gears a little bit and watch something fresh. So it was quite good. Although I saw there's an ad for a series called Widow's Bay, and it looks like Matthew Reese is in it, and he's an automatic watch for me. I thought he was phenomenal in The Americans. So anything he's in is just an automatic watch. So I'll have to try and get that over the weekend
Yeah.
and suss out what that's about. He's a brilliant actor, and yeah, I loved his character in The Americans.
It wasn't very realistic. You see, they want the same thing but different, right? Like it reminds me of that. What's that line from Get Him to the Greek? Like, look, they want to see him fucked up, but they don't want to see him too fucked up. Like if this is fucked up and this is sober, right here. Um, because I was having a bit of a back and forth with some of these guys about the Distortus Rex in Jurassic World Rebirth. I don't like it because it looks like a Rancor. It doesn't look like an actual dinosaur. All right. So, in other words, Gareth achieved his vision. Like, he was pretty upfront about what he wanted this thing to look like. And funny enough, the people that hate it because it looks like a Rancor are the same people that'll turn around and say Rogue One is the best fucking Disney Star Wars movie. All right. Um,
Yeah, it's
I mean, well, Gareth did that as well. Like, like he did Rogue One and he did Jurassic World Rebirth. I don't like the Distortus because it looks like a Rancor. Oh. All right, well then, mission accomplished. That's what he wanted. No,
yeah, there's
personally,
lots of TV spots dropping now for The Mandalorian and Grogu.
you gonna catch it?
Maybe. I don't think I'll have time. It's a pretty mental part of the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, those TV spots were all through the football tonight. Um, I'm intrigued. I thought the first trailer was underwhelming, but the second one was much, much better. It sort of captured a bit more of the scope they were going for. Again, they're being very cagey about, do you have to have extensive knowledge of the show to be able to enjoy it? I'm leaning towards no. Um, but you just never know with some of these things. I mean, it's Disney. They could fuck up a cup of coffee.
You know what I
So
reckon? I reckon they should have gone the Naked Gun way and have the trailer be like that. So you've got Grogu and Mando walking around, but then as soon as that fucking helmet comes off, it's a completely different character.
yeah, it's got yeah, it looks all right. Have they missed their window? Maybe. You know, Baby Yoda was big pre-COVID. Um, have they maybe missed the chance to strike while the iron's hot, possibly. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see
Well, I'm pretty sure
how it goes.
I will hear all about how it's due to lack of marketing when this thing comes out. I still have a lot of people telling me that that's why um, Transformers One did as shit as it did, due to lack of marketing. Like, I don't know, man. I saw quite a lot of fucking pushes to get this thing to be a household name, and
Yeah, yeah, tying it into the State of Origin games out this way at least. I it, I was looking through YouTube earlier this week. They used to do really cool promos with the movies that were popular, so it wasn't sort of unique to Transformers 1. In 2003, they got Arnold Schwarzenegger to um, promote the State of Origin games with, because he was sort of promoting Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines at the time, and yeah, he's got his full-on gear, and it's got the footage of the games in the Terminator vision, and he's scanning them, and Darren Lockyer, Gordon Tallis.
oh really? Yeah.
He's one mean machine. And I remember the next year in 2004, they got Shrek and Donkey to do the promos to coincide with Shrek 2. Um, there's this promo like Donkey, and it's full on them. It's like they just stepped out of the movie. He goes, "We love New South Wales," and Shrek goes, "Queensland rules." They were just so clever. Um,
God, I
yeah,
can't even remember that. I'll have to go and look these up.
yeah, it was always sort of added to the sort of series as the series unfolded. I wonder who they're getting this year and that. But the yeah, Transformers One was heavily promoted in our part of the world. So I don't know what these guys are crapping on about.
Could it be that everyone else just had something else on? See, like I'm 100% in the boat of I reckon the whole theater thing is dead, man. Like, it's been terminal for a while now, and I don't think it's the we don't have superhero fatigue. We just have shit superhero fatigue. I don't think that. I think everyone's been over this crap for quite a while. But who wants to put in the energy, the time, money, and inclination to want to go to the movies? Just release the fucking thing online. Okay, we haven't seen an actual enemy Decepticon, I think, for all night at the moment. Like, no, I could have sworn we were going to get our first glimpse of Shockwave soon. But apparently not. It has been a minute since I've gone through this game. Yeah, just break me off a bit of that blue streak.
You
What?
mean the Transformer or the Martin Lawrence movie?
Oh, well, both then.
Well, it's both, really.
Yeah, well, it's Prowl, Blue Streak, and Smokescreen are all the same mold, aren't they?
Prowl Blue.
Aren't they?
Yes, that's right. Yes, I
Prowl,
always get,
Blue
yes,
Streak, and Smokescreen. I'm pretty sure they're all the same mold.
yes, but I get confused because there's very little blue on Blue Streak. I get him mixed up with Tracks. Blue Streak is a black car, isn't he?
Isn't he like a dark grey?
Yeah, you could be right, but there's no blue on him. Or there's very little. Smokescreen's the blue, red, and white one.
Yeah, there's absolutely no blue on him. I'm looking at Blue Streak right now.
Yeah, I always get confused with him and Tracks because I'm thinking I guess it's a
As far
bad
as the
assumption.
G1 cartoon goes, there is absolutely no blue on Blue Streak.
Yeah. Um, I was, but there's lots of blue on Tracks. He's got a pretty cool design. I always get him confused.
Apparently, what is it? Blue Streak is getting a new toy soon.
Yeah, when I was on my project to assemble the crew of the Ark, he was fiendishly difficult to get. He was the hardest one to get. I had to settle for an alternator version, I think, of him. Fuck, he was hard to get.
Blue
I'm
Streak.
glad. Yeah, I'm glad. If I hope that news is true. He absolutely deserves another toy.
So, 'cause I think that's something that Chris McFeely mentions in the commentary of the '86 movie. Like, Prowl just got his head blown off on the shuttle, but he's helping Cup put up the sign, isn't it? Because it's smokescreen.
Yes. I think it was a miscolored smokescreen. I think his reasoning was from memory.
I wonder what decision does that. Is it because, like, what, Japan just had these molds in different colors, so just import them all as characters, or did someone just like the Prowl mold so much that they add that character 3 times over into G1? I wonder what goes on when they do these things, like the Seekers.
Yeah, I think it was very deliberate for their example because yeah, you sort of notice in the original toys the Autobots outnumber the Decepticons like 2 or 3 to 1, and that's with the repaints. That's with the other two Seekers. I can't remember if the Coneheads were part of Wave One or not, but it became apparent they needed to beef up the Decepticon side at least for the later waves because it's basically Megatron, Soundwave, the cassettes, and the jets. But you compare that to the Autobot crew, and there's like 15 or 16 um, original toys. So yeah,
And not to mention, yeah, 2 of the cassettes are palette swaps as well.
yeah, that's right. And the
Oh,
show
actually,
it's
4 of them
kind
if
of
you 4 of them if you want to include Buzzsaw.
yeah, Buzzsaw as well. And you could kind of tell the show hadn't quite made up their mind about the Seekers because in some of those early episodes, Megatron attacks and there's like hundreds of Seekers behind him in shots. So as the show went on, they sort of firmed up their ideas about who can do what in terms of replicating themselves and giving the others some more distinctive personalities.
Well, my personal favorite was always the Insecticons. Like, there's only 3 of them, but there's like 3,000 of them depending on the episode and the
Yeah,
runtime.
yeah,
um, because their ability to clone themselves. I mean, like the Energon Terracons do the same thing.
yes, that's right.
I'm trying to think what other Autobot palette swaps there are. I know those ones. Proud, Blue Streak, and Smokescreen pop up a lot.
Yeah, you had the Autobot Warrior cassettes. Um,
Yeah, Eject and Rewind were the same mold, weren't they?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I was lucky. The Kingdom Blaster comes with is eject. I think eject is the blue one because I
Yeah,
already
I think
own.
Rewind is the grey one. Yeah.
Yeah, because I already own him. I got a Combiner Wars rewind, so I was pretty stoked that the cassette that Blaster comes with um, is the blue guy. So now I've got them both. Slightly different scale. Eject or rewind can't fit into him, but I don't necessarily mind that.
Yeah, I got the
And
Legacy Blaster. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Rewind.
yeah, and I picked up a Studio Series Steeljaw, and he can fit into him as well.
Oh, yeah, I picked up the Steeljaw. Oh, but it's a parts former. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like Steeljaw. It's done its job.
Yeah. What does that mean, a parts former?
It's because Steeljaw's tail and the back fins aren't part of the transformation. You need a separate piece to get them on the lion mode.
Okay.
I don't know if you've opened your Steeljaw up, but yeah,
Yes, I have.
it's
Yeah.
a bit of a parts former, and that's a fucking deal breaker. I'm like,
Yeah, that's really funny. I did open him up. I've got him up on the shelf. I never even fucking stopped to consider that. I just assembled it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know, I didn't think about it either. Like I knew that the gold fins on the back of the lion mode,
Hmm.
and the tail, they're a separate piece. They're not part of the transformation, so that's a fucking deal breaker.
Yeah, I found it weird. I've never seen it in the show. He comes with that little dish as well, doesn't he?
I've got no idea what the hell that thing is.
Yeah, me neither.
I threw mine in storage. I'm very familiar with Steeljaw's history in G1. I've never fucking seen that accessory ever. Um, and if someone tells me, oh, it's from the comic, well, I'm still very familiar with the cartoon, and I still haven't seen that fucking speaker. That's what it is, isn't it? Isn't it like a loudspeaker or
Yeah,
something?
right. Yeah,
That's what I thought it is.
yeah, I just thought it was a satellite dish or something. Yeah, so it's a speaker.
You
Yeah,
know,
you
there's a
could be
good
right.
one. There's a good one in the Studio Series Springer. I don't know if you've opened yours yet, but the Studio Series Springer comes with a hammer
Yeah.
that he has never been depicted with ever. But apparently, and even the Siege Springer didn't come with that hammer. Um, but for some reason, the Studio Series one did, and apparently it came down to the fact that they had leftover plastic. So let's just give him a hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't watch soccer. That's because I'm more of a player.
Yeah, yeah. Season's over, asshole. Which is the best quote
Yeah.
in Cliffhanger. Yeah, yeah. Like, what does he say? I was actually in Germany for the 2006 World Cup finals. I say that shit all the time
You,
to
that
people, and
should have
they
been
believe it.
me.
Yeah, because that's legit. I don't think the show's making that up. I'm pretty sure in '06
That's
that's
true,
where it
yeah.
was. Yeah, yeah. Why'd you duck, Jim? Jim says, "Oh, that's one thing that I was meant to say. I actually checked out that live action 2016 Jungle Book this week.
Oh, cool, yeah.
That wasn't too bad. I downloaded the Andy Serkis one as well from 2018. That Mowgli Legend of the Jungle, I think it's called. Um,
Yeah, okay.
I'll,
Yeah.
apparently that one's a bit more blood soaked. It's not sort of the musical Disney sort of thing. It's a bit more in line with what it was. I'm like, yeah, all right, fair enough. I'll check it out. I didn't think it
Yeah.
was too bad. See, because that's the thing that I find interesting when people start whinging and bitching about these live action Disney movies. Like the first couple were actually huge hits. Like the
Yeah.
Jungle Book one was really good. The Lion King one was really good. But you know, maybe that's all the life that they had. And I think the Aladdin one was pretty well received as well. Um,
Yeah.
like, but maybe that's all they had in them, you know? Like,
Yeah, and I think the Beauty and the Beast one did well as well.
yeah, that's right. That one was in there as well. Yeah. Um, yeah, I actually didn't mind that one. I thought that one was pretty good. Where's the door pulley? Yeah, all right. Did you catch the trailer for Super Troopers 3?
No, I haven't watched it, but some colleagues of mine are pretty excited about it.
Uh, yeah, all right. um, I did get around to the second one, and as far as 20-year later sequels go, it actually wasn't too bad. It stuck the
Yeah,
landing a lot better than shit like Dumb and Dumber 2 did.
yeah,
Um,
Super Troopers.
I don't know about this third one though, because the trailer even has a moment where it's like making fun of itself in that sort of like, I mean, like are we just a bunch of old farts now? Like, well, yeah, you are, because it's
Yes.
been almost 30 years since the first movie. And I love saying that to people. Oh, the first movie was in 2001. Yeah, I know, and it's 2026 now. We're almost halfway through 26.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it's
funny when you drop that on people. Yeah, I had a conversation just like that today. They were doing a movie quote, and he was upset that, it sort of didn't land. And I pointed out to him it was, over 20 years ago. His eyes went wide. Seriously, it was that long ago. Yeah, only people born last century would have got that reference.
Yeah. My favorite are the guys that go to Reddit and start lamenting that their kids or whatever didn't take to the shit that they liked 40 years ago. Like, what do you expect, man?
Yeah,
Like you can't go backwards.
yeah. I would yeah, I was investigating because I want to get the Superman film collection. I don't own them on Blu-ray, and I'd like to. So I was just sort of researching. There's the Ultimate Anthology collection, but there's also a Kryptonite titled collection, and I just sort of wanted to read about what's got what, or if they're both just repackaged and whatnot. And they've included Superman Returns in the collection, as they fucking should. It's a part of the series. But it dawned on me that movie's 20 years old. Like, wow.
Yeah, and there was another one that came up. Like, what was it? It's the 25th anniversary of the Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah, Christ.
It's the 25th anniversary of the Philosopher's Stone. Um, that's a quarter of a century.
Yeah, wow. There you
Um,
go.
is what that is. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's
Um,
what that
and
is.
then like let this sink in. I mean, it's been 21 years since Batman Begins. For fuck's sake, it can legally drink. It's been 21 years since Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds.
Yeah, wow.
You
There
know,
you go.
it's like it's the classic. What is it? Has anyone here seen Minority Report? And then you're the only person in the room that puts your hand up, like,
Yeah.
because like no one here is is going to watch
Yeah.
that shit, man. Like
Yeah. But I did make a point of saying to that guy, I understood exactly the point
the
you were trying to
reference.
make. Yeah. Minority Report. I picked up a book by Mark Edlitz. You, I, you may have heard of it. I remember watching it as a boy. There was a live action kid show called Superboy that aired in the late 80s and early 90s. And Mark Edlitz wrote a book about it that came out a little while ago. So I picked it up, and that sort of put me in the mood to um, seek out the Superman films. He made a good point, like, and the interviews are really funny. He talks with quite a few of the cast and crew over the life of the show, and one of the producers or the writers goes, "Dude, what the hell are you doing? This this show is decades old. Everyone's forgotten it. I'm really curious why you're writing a book about it." And he explains in the foreword that's the reason why. Like, Superman is a cultural icon. He's a global brand. It's just so weird that anything to do with Superman's history could be difficult to find. The DVDs are out of print, or they're part of Warner Brothers' manufacture on demand service, and it's not streaming anywhere. And he thought that was a really interesting book for a book or a story. How can this show that's part of this one of the most recognized global brands in the world, how can it not be streaming or available anywhere? I thought, okay, yeah, there's probably a book in there. um, so because it has been forgotten to history. I remember watching it as a kid. It was one of my sort of earliest sort of memories. But I think a couple of things have conspired against it. The fact that it was sort of co-produced by different companies, so there was a bit of a shit fight over who owns what, that's stopping it from airing anywhere. And I think Smallville came along, and which sort of explored the idea of a young Clark discovering his powers and his heritage and all that. So I think those sort of things combined have sort of made it obsolete, but it was
Yeah,
still kind of fun to revisit that show. It had a terrific theme music, this sort of dashing, loud, sort of soaring, uplifting tune. And I can still sort of hear it in my head. And they had to know, and some of the things they had to do, like they had to, after season one, they recast three of the principal actors. They swapped out the Superman, they swapped out the Lex Luthor, and they swapped out someone else. The only one they kept was the actress who played Lana. Like the rest of you, you're all fired.
I do love that there's still some people out there that have that mindset of why are you writing a book about this shit?
Yeah,
Like,
particularly the like co-creator of it.
because not only that, because like a lot of people would immediately think this is my second chance. Fuck it, it'll
Yeah,
be convention signings for me after this. Like, no. Like, I just love that this bloke is like, dude, I just want to get back to my retirement.
yeah. And it's funny because I remember the show because that was my first exposure to Metallo and Bizarro because I never read the Superman comic as a kid. And so my first exposure to those things were in that show with the kryptonite heart and Bizarro with the blocky, chalky skin. And I just assumed they were made up for the show. So to get a bit older and delve into Superman a bit more, because none of those characters were in the Christopher Reeve movies. Um, so to sort of get a bit older and get into Superman, and you realize Bizarro is like, and Metallo, they're long running classic rogues villains of his, and they would reappear in the animated series, and um, yeah, they pop up in Smallville and all that sort of stuff later on. So it's funny as a kid where you just think they're sort of one off throwaway villains, but no, they're actually they used a lot of comic book stuff. I always remembered an episode, and I'm glad I found it again, where Jor-El and Lara are in it, and Superboy leaves to go back to what's left of Krypton. But as it turns out, they're evil aliens impersonating them. It was a really cool twist.
Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, spoilers for a 40-year-old show.
See, because that's like, look, man, I reckon as far as spoilers go, you've got one fucking week. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, like, I'll never forget when Kev Smith was going gaga over The Dark Knight Rises. I think he was talking to Ralph Garman. And, you know, like, oh, spoilers up the ass. And fucking shame on you if you haven't seen the movie yet. It's been like 3 fucking weeks. You know, like, tough. I mean, if you really wanted to see it, you would have seen it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's weird how that. Yeah, I'm the same. Like I'm currently watching Fringe, and um, yeah, I sort of go online and sort of find old Reddit threads to see what people thought like 15 years later. But if I inadvertently stumble across a spoiler, it's my own fault.
yeah.
You know, I need to stay out of it until I've watched the whole thing. Um, and that's the same with From. It's, you know, I've sort of go into the old Reddit threads. Although that was only from a couple of years ago. It's not quite as old as
Oh,
Fringe,
shit.
and I've got to tread carefully and check the dates of some of these posts. Because yeah, if I stumble upon us, that's yeah, it's a fucking free for all. You had
You
your
know
chance.
what?
We're talking about it.
Let me just prove the point right now. Spoilers. It's the girl at the coffee shop and Ethan Embry are the killers in Scream 7. If you oh, by the way, if you haven't seen Scream 7 yet, disregard my previous sentence. Um, it's been out for like 3 fucking weeks now. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm pretty sure it's digitally available now as well. If you wanted to see it, you would have seen it. I'm not holding off talking about shit just until you can squeeze it in. If you got time to watch a stream, you got time to go and catch a movie.
Yeah. I'll
Um,
probably enjoy it more now because that was the weakest part of the movie. So you've prepared them. They'll probably enjoy it more than I did.
yeah, like it's just one of those things. Like fucking. Oh, by the way, like I mean, like I see people give these like disclaimers, right? Like, but you're talking about a movie that's 40 fucking years old. You know, like I see people like you know like that all say, oh, if you're going into the Star Wars original trilogy, don't look up spoilers. Like, dude, the "I'm your father" moment is like what the most parodied fucking thing in the history of cinema. Like, spoilers be damned. Like, there are no secrets going into this thing. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Um,
like let's
like
take
the ending to
let's
like
take
the ending to the
Planet of the
Sixth
Apes,
Sense
man.
or something.
Let's take Planet of the Apes for example. That whole like Jay and Silent Bob have bagged the shit out of that ending. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, the
yeah,
Sixth
I
Sense.
remember
Like,
that.
what about that Lonely Island song? I jizz in my pants when Bruce Willis was dead at the end of Sixth Sense is a fucking
Yeah.
song lyric. Um, you know, which was totally ripped off from the Tale of the Dream Girl from Are You Afraid of the Dark? I don't give a fuck what M. Night Shyamalan says. That is totally where it came from.
Yeah. Well, I think he admitted it, didn't he? He
Oh,
grabbed it from the.
he said something. The quote that I found was, "Oh, it's purely coincidence, but if people take that away that I was inspired by it, then I'd like to pay credit to it." So what does that mean? Like, you know, you did, but you don't want to admit it, or I don't know, but look, man, there are way too many it's not just the end reveal. Like, there is massive beats taken out of that episode that are word for word in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've seen that trope before. That was in the Goosebumps book, The Ghost Next Door.
Yeah, the
Um,
girl was dead the whole time.
yeah, as it turns out, it was her. I, yeah, that was an awesome ending. He said, I think even R.L. Stein said that's one of his favorite endings. It was, yeah, set up brilliantly. It's probably is, the best ending to any of his books, where it turns out she was dead the whole time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I always love the artwork for it with the shoes
Yeah,
fading away
yeah, it's very good, isn't it?
on the welcome mat. That's probably one of the better ones
Yeah,
from.
yeah, it's such a great story, that one.
It really leaves you feeling like a turd sandwich. Um,
Yeah, it's a very sad and poignant ending. Yeah, I still remember reading that book as a kid, yeah, and we're thinking, and this was years before The Sixth Sense.
yeah, it ends with the
Um,
promise to not forget her.
yeah, as she yeah, goes to heaven.
You know, it's interesting because, for the most part, like, I was always under the impression that R.L. Stein was keen to sort of steer clear from that kind of thing. But there's a couple there's a few books in the Goosebumps run that do have these. It's not necessarily it's not what I like. It's not a sad ending, you know. It's the right ending. I love that Joel Schumacher quote from the number 23 with Jim Carrey. Like, it's not a happy ending. It's the right one, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she's dead, man. It's time to go home. It's time to move on,
Yeah.
you
I
know?
was surprised to see that he's still pumping them out. Like in his 80s, he's still producing new Goosebumps books. What a fucking Terminator. What a machine.
Oh, the Combaticons just made their appearance. I was going to say we did see Shockwave just before and Starscream. We got the Combaticons. We might be taking over as Vortex next. We're Vortex now. All right, so the Combaticons have just thrown their hat in the ring. I didn't know that he was still doing this.
Yeah,
Um,
I was reading an article about him, about a month or so ago. Yeah, apparently he's still pumping them out. What a fucking legend.
God, how old would he be? Would he be in his 70s by now?
I think he's in his 80s, yeah.
Oh,
There was a
yeah.
bit of a kerfuffle last year. So they announced the New York Comic Con lineup, and he was one of the guys in like the small, like 12-point font. And people were going, absolute fucking bullshit. He needs to be bumped up a few lines. The
It's
fact that,
fucking R.L. Stein, for
yeah,
God's
the fact
sake.
that R.L. Stein is like on row 10, absolute bullshit. Yeah, I'm one of the out of focus guys.
I actually didn't mind that new series, like when David Schwimmer was playing the Doctor from Stay Out of the Basement.
Yeah. Yeah, you've talked about that. And
I didn't mind those ones. I don't know if they ever continued that. But that was really cool, and I like the sort of the anthology within an original story. Like one episode focuses on the like in series one with Justin Long. Like one of them is the Cuckoo Clock of Doom, and this kid just keeps fucking cloning himself all the time, going back in time.
Yeah.
And like the next episode is like is about a killer camera. Say cheese and die. Like it just sort of keeps throwing shit at him from the original books in an original story that they're all thrown against. I thought that was a really cool way of doing it.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I can't remember if it was Goosebumps. It might have been because isn't the Cuckoo Clock of Doom where the brother's little sister is a bit of a bitch of a thing, and when he keeps going back through time and all that kind of stuff, he ends up eradicating her because the year she was born breaks off of the clock, so that year never happened. She never existed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have read that one many, many years ago. And yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Um,
I think like the 1988 uh, thing on the Cuckoo Clock. Um, he does entertain the idea of going back and getting her, but he's like, yeah, it was kind of a bit hit and miss just trying to get me back, and she wasn't my favorite person at all. And it doesn't seem like the parents even notice that she's missing, but he still has a memory of it. And then he's like, yeah, nah, just not really worth taking the risk.
she must have been a real bitch then.
Yeah, like I mean, like he didn't get her killed. She never fucking existed. That's a boss move, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I when I think of that story instinctively, yeah, I thought either he wrote himself out of existence or someone else.
He almost
Happened.
did because he
Yeah,
started aging backwards.
yeah, Benjamin Button.
Yeah, and he was like a baby in his crib and shit. And then he's like, I've got to do something with this fucking clock or I'm not going to exist anymore. And he manages to swing it, but at the cost of his little sister. She doesn't exist anymore. She was from the future too. And this is great. I need to find some health because I'm getting fucked up. But it is cool to play as a Combaticon. Yeah, the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. But I don't think they have the little sister in that streaming series. I think they omit that part.
Yeah, okay.
Because like I think what ends up from memory. It's been a while since I've seen this. Every time he winds the clock back, he goes back in time or rewinds time or whatever. But the him from that time is still there, so he, in effect, he clones himself.
Yeah.
See, that's something that I really like about Majora's Mask, because everyone, it's sort of always been this bit of a thing of debate. How does the time traveling work in Majora's Mask? And I mentioned this on the last stream. Well, Link's not actually traveling back in time when he resets the 3-day cycle. He's rewinding time, which is why he's got his memories of everything that happens. You, as the player, have them, and no one else does. Like, he hasn't actually
Yeah.
gone back in time. He's just rewound it back to when he first got there.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's not how time travel works. Time travel's not fucking real. Like before someone starts pissing blood about how time travel works. God, Vortex is fucking getting a bit rough around the. Yeah, nah, I thought so. Just palette swap fucking enemies. I might give it until the next checkpoint there. I'm actually in the mood now to watch some of those episodes now. Just for like what was one of the ones from Are You Afraid of the Dark? What, Tale of the Pinball Wizard, where that kid gets trapped inside of the pinball machine. He succeeds in defeating it, but the game just simply resets. It'll just keep playing over and over again until it finally kills him.
Yeah, it's like yeah, it's a anthology show. It's like Twilight Zone for kids, isn't it?
I tell you, some of those had a fucking bleak ending as well.
Yeah. Yeah, my word, they did.
I was always a sucker for Deep Trouble. Now I'm not expecting that. I mean, and that had a sequel. Like R.L. Stein wrote two of those.
Yeah,
There was a Deep Trouble too as well, like the mermaid and the monster. Um,
yeah. Yeah, that one's really special to me. That was the first one I ever owned. It wasn't the first one I read. The first one I ever read was Stay Out of the Basement. But yeah, that was the first one I actually remember buying, Deep Trouble. And yeah, the cover sort of caught my eye with the shark.
yeah, the hammerhead.
Yeah.
And
Um,
the kid that's swimming, their head's above water, and it's all like I love that. I think the fact that the head is still above water is what really sells that picture, that painting.
yeah. I don't think there's a single bad cover. I was lucky enough to pick up the book that Dynamite did um, about I think his name's Tim Jacobus.
Yeah,
Jacobus.
Jacobus. Yeah,
He yeah, he basically walks you through every single cover of the original series. It's a really fascinating book because I honestly don't think there's a bad cover in that original
the
run.
one that I heard that was a bit hectic was the Night in Terror Tower. Apparently, he had like what 48
Yes.
hours to bang that one out.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's one of the best. So just that savage
the
henchman
Executioner. Yeah,
executioner, yeah. A Night in Terror Tower.
which I think was one of the first episodes they filmed. That was one of the first ones they adapted.
Yeah, so I remember the show. Yeah, that was one of the ones released on home video, the two-parter. It's I remember, yeah, renting that out and watching it. Because yeah, that's a book. Yeah, I did read the book to that one. Yeah, back in sort of primary school, and it's funny because you sort of you don't have enough money to buy them all, and you're sort of on the at the mercy of whatever the library can order in. I don't think they ever got them all in, but you yeah, you sort of go to the library or to school or whatever, and if it's in there, you just sort of hired it out and and read it.
Yeah. What about the twist ending at the end of Egg Monsters from Mars? When the kid lays the fucking egg
Yeah,
on the
seemed to
lawn. Yeah.
it seemed to come out of nowhere, that one, but that yeah, that was yeah, I that was another book that I owned. The yeah, I remember Egg Monsters from Mars. Yeah, the ending sort of came out of nowhere. It wasn't
Yeah, because the
sort of the
scientist locks the kid in that freezer with the aliens, and the aliens form a blanket over the kid. But then the next morning, when the kid wakes up in bed and like everything's all normal again, they run out onto the front lawn and then they lay an egg.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the ape Lincoln ending of R.L. Stein. Um, that like because that was probably one of the biggest what the fuck moments at the end of a Goosebumps book.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I liked about Deep Trouble was, you know, like freeing the mermaid and all that sort of shit. Because what it's the twins, the Deep twins, and their uncle or whatever. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, Doctor Deep. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like what? So there's that monster. But there's that mermaid that saves the kid from this monster, and he goes to try and find her the next morning, except the monster finds him again, but the mermaid's not there to save him this time.
Yeah.
Like it's sort of that, you know, leave well alone.
Yeah.
And then some of them just had these really freaky, very impressionable covers, like Camp Jelly Jam.
Yeah, I remember reading that one. The yeah, I'd like to sort of get a list and see the ones that I read and the ones that I remember owning Deep Trouble, My Hairiest Adventure, Go Eat Worms, The Barking Ghost. Interestingly, I don't know if it's Tim Jacobus or R.L. Stein. They They said in that book that's their least favorite cover.
The
I'm
barking
thinking that
ghost.
yeah, you guys high. That cover fucking slaps with that
That's the
snarling dog.
the black dog with the red eyes, isn't it?
Yeah, that cover fucking shits all over everything. I think they're being a bit too harsh there. What else did I get? Actually, I remember the last one I bought. I was sort of that's how you sort of know you're ready to move on. I remember buying Calling All Creeps at a Woolworths, and it's a cool cover, but I remember not thinking much of the story, and I sort of realized I'd probably outgrown it initially. Um, I was sort of, you know, probably around 12 or 13, but I'd read that one and I thought, okay, I think that was the last one I read for a long time, but I really love coming back to it now, like many years later, and you can argue it's bigger than it ever was back then. I know the books were huge back in the 90s, and we did have that show that ran for a couple of years, but we never had big screen movies with guys like Jack Black attached to them, and the Netflix series and all this sort of stuff. So you could argue it's bigger now than it ever was back then. So it's definitely found a whole new generation of fans
Well,
to
not
keep it
only that,
going.
but there's a whole bunch of new fans that have been introduced to it not through a book. Like it's
Yeah,
a
that's right.
completely
Yeah.
different medium. Like, has that ever happened before? Like,
Yeah. I suspect as time goes by, that's the fate of Game of Thrones. It began life as a book series, but I don't agree. I think there's a lot of denial and wishful thinking going on that it's going to be this unfinished masterpiece that people just analyze and pore over forever. Bullshit. Um, as time goes by, people will continue to watch the show that has an ending, and the book series, I think, will just fade away. I mean, yes, I know there's some unfinished books, and people still talk about them. I know about there'll be some little fucking pissant that has a go at me about Edwin Drood and all that sort of shit. I know all that, but yes, they are talked about, but not on the level of something like Lord of the Rings. Like Lord of the Rings was finished, and now there are hundreds, if not thousands, of channels and booktube and still pouring over it many, many, many generations later, and that will be until time ends. Um,
yeah,
if
after
if
we're all
Tolkien,
dead and buried, that's
yeah,
still going to be
absolutely,
happening. Yeah.
yeah, but if Tolkien had wrote up to the point where like Frodo gets captured or he's stung by Shelob and just thought fuck it, um, I doubt any of this shit still exists. I really think a lot of GOT fandom are in denial about that.
Well, that's something that I crack up about when people say, like, look at what Tolkien achieved without technology. Imagine if he was born a little bit later and he had all these advancements to help him out with. Well, truth be told, that might be what turns him into a dipshit.
Yeah, that's right. Imagine,
He's on Twitter making political statements
yeah,
instead.
well, yeah, like thank God he sort of did it when he did, because yeah, what if a guy like Tolkien just wanted to shit post on Reddit and waste his talent?
Which I have. I mean, we'll never know. Like that's forever going to be up to speculation. I think 100% that's probably what would happen because I've yet to see an example of someone that doesn't get bit by that bug. It'd be all about
Yeah,
scoring points after a while, wouldn't it? But yeah, I reckon that
yeah,
is like I reckon right up to when Frodo gets captured and then never address it again. But do it after shit like he's lost the ring. Um, we don't know that Sam's got it. Any of
yeah,
that shit. Like
yeah.
don't
That's right. Yeah, like
like
the final book ended with Jon Snow bleeding out in the snow. Imagine if I'm trying to think of the equivalent. Like, imagine if Like, so the final line of the Two Towers is Frodo was alive but had been taken by the enemy. Like, what a fucking cliffhanger to end on. And it's funny because the Return of the King came out like a year and a half later. That must have felt like 10 years. um, so we finally got to it. But imagine if that was all she wrote and we never heard of another line ever again. There's no way. I don't believe it would ever be held in the esteem it is if it was unfinished. And what these little piss ants have to realize as well, Edwin Drood, there were dozens of serious attempts to finish it, and not fanfic by professional authors. um, and some guy, although I've never sort of heard of it, like when they do stage adaptations of Edwin Drood, they give it to the audience to choose, um, to like decide who the like it's called the mystery of Edwin Drood, and they decide like they leave it up to the audience to decide what ending you want, and then they act that out. I thought that was pretty cool, um, as well. So you know, I guess it just sort of to bring the discussion full circle. I guess it sort of um, depends on like every individual sort of relationship to fan fiction and how they feel about fan fiction and you know if you want to get fucking technical, everything after Stan Lee stopped writing Spider-Man is fan fiction. You're right. If we're gonna fucking draw a line in the sand and say only original creators, then pretty much some of the greatest Spider-Man stories ever told are fan fiction.
Yeah.
You know, the death of Superman is fan fiction, right? I mean, Seigel and Schuster didn't do it. So, I mean, well, what a stupid
See,
thing
but
to
this,
say.
yeah, the whole yeah, because it's really weird, isn't it? I think the discrepancy happens where did the original creator actually finish a tale?
Yeah.
You know, like I find it hard to believe, you know, like Stan Lee had anything left over to say about fucking Spider-Man come the end of his life.
Yeah, well, he wrote it. He wrote for over 100 issues, so yeah, you could be right. It just gets to a point where you're probably just repeating yourself.
How the fuck do we get to that marker? Jesus.
But but it's funny if anything post the original creators, then that means there's no Craven's Last Hunt. There's none of these sort of seminal Spider-Man stories.
How the fuck do you get to that waypoint? Um, I'm not seeing any way into this fucking thing. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna give it till the next checkpoint and then I'll start wrapping this up. Um, yeah, I'm not understanding this. Like, where the hell is it? Like, unless it's on top, but it doesn't look like it is. No, and it just tries to tell me to go down, but there's nothing down there. Like, what's the fucking objective? Find the stabilizing controls. Well, I don't know where the fuck that is. Like, I come down here, which I'm guessing it's down here somewhere. It looks like it's on the other side of this thing, but it's not. I might have to Google this real quick. I don't want to be here all night trying to fucking figure this out. Vortex. Yeah, everything is fan fiction. Full of Cybertron. Yeah, I don't know if that's a glitch or what's going on, but I cannot fucking find where the hell that thing is. I'm just going to fast forward through this video and find out where it is. Yeah, alright. We've done all of that. We're right at the end of it. I just don't know. Yeah, and we threw that lever. We've done all of that. Yeah, we pulled that. Yeah, and Onslaught destroyed the bridge. Yeah, we pulled that one as well, so I don't know what the hell... I can't remember if we play as Onslaught or not. Alright, so where is this thing? Alright, so it's that drop-off point. Yeah, alright, that's a very weird fucking waypointer there. It was that thing that I was hovering in just before. And I think maybe the reason why it's giving me that readout is because I had met it here. Yeah, you gotta fall down this thing. It's inside. Yeah, alright. Yeah, well, I'd rather have my work signed by the original artist.
Yeah, he's a tracer.
Yeah, it's a fan fiction idea. You know, like, I love it, you know, because, like, I remember one of the things that I used to hear about in my senior year was, I wonder what's going to happen to the Legend of Zelda series when Miyamoto dies. And I remember just thinking to myself, well, like, the last, I believe all of them since the Wind Waker have been directed by Eiji Aonuma, so in a way it has been taken over. Like, what's your... Like, I think it's to the point now where there's been more made by people who aren't him.
Yeah.
You know, like, fucking... Like, I like thinking, like, I don't think Miyamoto has directed a Mario game since Super Mario World, and that was 36 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, let that sink in. Like, Yoshi's Island on Super Nintendo, like, that's 31 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, Yoshi's Island.
But yeah, I love that. Like, what happens if this, like, I remember people, like, what, I was, like, barely 18. I remember people saying, oh, yeah, when Stan Lee dies, that's it, comics are gonna suck. Like, the guy hasn't put pen to paper in 40 years by that point.
Yeah.
I think you've got nothing to worry about, guys. These characters are still going to be around. Relax.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that kind of...
I don't get into that sort of circle jerk, man. Like what was it? Apparently Jurassic World 8 is going full steam ahead into its pre-production. Why are they making another one of these? Maybe because Rebirth was a fucking huge hit. That
Yeah, that's a... Yeah, don't you love the... why are we doing this? It's... Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love
yeah,
those
like
sorts of guys as well.
yeah, like because that's all, man. I've heard it all. Like I love all the Jurassic movies. I think they're all a very good time. You don't have to think too hard. Dinosaurs are awesome. The end. And I don't want to hear any shit about, oh, but you know, look at the masterpiece that's the original one. Fuck off. The original one is a very, very bare bones narrative. It's a creature feature. Fuck off. I don't want to hear any of this crap. But yeah, because Jurassic World 8 is moving full steam ahead, why are they doing this?
Wow, are they up to 8? Jesus Christ.
Well, Rebirth was 7.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's right, because you had the 3 original ones and the 3
World
world
ones, and
yeah.
then and by the way, I am happy that they kept the world name on these moving forward, because like I saw a lot of people getting upset. Well, why don't they just change it back to Park? No. Aren't you the one who's saying you want new ideas? And you want it to go back to its old branding? Like, fucking... but I'm glad they didn't, because that series has moved so far beyond that. I'm keen to see if it's going to... I don't think it's going to keep that Liberation rumoured title. I think it's going to have something else on it.
Yeah, I guess closer to the release date, they'll firm up a more marketable title.
Yeah, but I'm glad that it's moving full. Apparently, ScarJo's back. I really hope Mahershala Ali is back, because I thought Duncan was awesome. Like, I hope that they, you know what, but I don't really care who's in it, because I just want to see dinosaurs. Like, people don't seem to grasp that's all these things have to do.
Yeah.
Like, as long as they're
Yeah,
doing that,
well,
they'll be fine.
I first encountered this mentality with Avatar. You can't wander into an Avatar thread before a million of these wankers say just how pointless it is, just how unnecessary. We don't need it. Then- But but then they'll go and fucking crap on about Captain America 10, you know. Um, and it's funny, like, just all right, let's follow this thought through to its logical conclusion. What's the fucking point of anybody doing anything? Did we really need, 20 Fast and Furious movies? Do we need 10 Mission Impossibles? I don't know, maybe, but it's just funny. It's like Avatar, which is only 3 films, mind you. That's where we draw the line. That's where we're saying it's pointless.
Yeah, and you know
Oh,
what?
that's what I love this shit, man.
It's something that makes me feel good about myself because I'm glad these people are in zero fucking positions of power over where this stuff can go.
Yeah.
Like, because if they
Oh,
were
I
left
love
to,
it.
because if they were left to their own devices, we wouldn't even have a fucking Jurassic Park 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Yeah, like
like
with
we
that
wouldn't.
mentality,
Yeah,
with that mentality, we never would have got out of the Stone Age, you know. Um, like, what is the point of doing anything, really?
it's a very telling thing to say, isn't it? Like, oh,
Yeah,
it's all
I
unnecessary.
don't. Yeah, it's pointless.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck,
like
I love it.
the one that I always get the most of is uh the first one had a story to tell. The crowd that come along and say that, like look at Fast and Furious. I mean, car goes vroom, right? Like that's the story.
Yeah,
Um, Dinosaur
yeah,
goes raw. That's the story of Jurassic. Like, I, I don't get it. The first one was good and the rest sucked. Fuck out of here.
yeah. Although my favorite of that is Hellraiser. I briefly entertained the idea of watching the Hellraiser fans. God bless them, because you go into their subreddit. Where do I start with Hellraiser? And most of them say don't bother. Like it's a series that's well into double digit installments, and most of them are terrible. Like overwhelmingly, it was look, don't bother. Like they're unwatchable. Even the first one's not that good. Oh, I
Yeah,
love them. God bless them.
like
To be so sort of honest and self-aware about the thing you love is it's like that was really good. I enjoyed reading some of those comments.
it's like, well, why does Hellraiser even have fans? Like,
Yeah,
when that's their mindset, like, don't bother.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
why does it have a thread then?
Yeah, and how was it successful enough to get like 10 movies with a mentality like that?
Don't bother. I remember someone asked me, was Prometheus and Alien Covenant worth checking out on Twitter? And I shot him just a one word response, no. But I'm like, if you want more of this stuff, well then fucking go for it. What I don't understand is like I have these people because I've got that Jurassic World Dominion poster. It used to be in the background of my webcam shots whenever I'll stream, and oh, I can't believe you like that shit. Like, what's wrong with it? Oh, it's a dinosaur movie, not about dinosaurs. Yeah, all right, fucking Mr. H. Um, what else do you reckon? I mean, and then I was watching some clips of Dominion today, and I'm like, that's a fucking awesome movie. What are they talking about? Like, I don't know what movie they saw, but that wasn't the one I saw. I mean, like, look at Claire swimming away from the Therizinosaurus. Yeah, you're right. It's a giant fucking locust. And funny enough, the people who always said Fallen Kingdom's idea of weaponized dinosaurs was bullshit are the same people that turn around and say, um, dinosaurs on the mainland should have been the main plot. Imagine all the chaos. Well, if they're shit in a war, what difference does it make if they're running a fuck on mainland? Wouldn't it? Like, how can one idea be silly but the other one be awesome? I don't get it.
Yeah. And that plot, oh, look, I remember reading about that they've like that was a sort of an early idea for JP3 way
Yeah,
way back in the day. Um, so which generally happens with sort of long running series, like ideas that they try to make work but don't really fit. They don't get discarded. They sort of get set aside. Like and yeah, it eventually made its way into a film with Jurassic World. The idea of like breeding them or genetically engineering them for military purposes. It's like the Toy Story creators have had the idea of an evil teddy bear since before the first film, and they eventually cracked that nut with the third one with Lotso the bear. So they've, you know, they sort of just kept refining it and sort of tinkering with it until they sort of had the proper take on it.
Don't worry, we've come full circle now because I was listening to a character analysis of Shere Khan and just talking about the different depictions of him over the years. Because now that my streaming setup has all these tiger themes and all of that, I was thinking about what are some famous tigers throughout our fiction, and Shere Khan's got to be what fucking number one, right?
Henry's up there.
Like he'd be up there.
Yeah.
And
my personal favorite, the one from Burning Bright.
yeah, my personal favorite is the one from Vice Principals with fucking Danny McBride and Walton Goggins. And you remember Stan from Jericho?
Yeah.
Brad Bayer, I think the actor's name is, or something.
Yeah. Stan.
Yeah, he plays this fucking tiger handler in the series finale of that because it was in season 1 it was the North Jackson Warriors was their mascots, but then a fucking school shooting they rebranded. So because they thought it was in bad taste to be called the Warriors when something like that happened in the parking lot. So anyway, when Walton Goggins becomes the principal, he rebrands them as the Tigers, and for the graduation ceremony, he hires Stan to come in as this fucking tiger handler. And there's an actual Bengal tiger in this cage in the background of family photos and shit. And anyway, this. Stan is like this complete wanker. So another one of the VPs comes up to him and she's like, it's fucking crazy seeing one up close, but at least it ain't dangerous. Not dangerous, it's a fucking tiger. He turns around and then he zaps it with a cattle prod. just randomly. And then he gets it riled up, and then this thing is just looking at him, growling at him through the cage, and then he's like, don't you look at me, don't you fucking look at me. And he's constantly hanging shit on this thing. Like, yeah, this tiger will eat your fucking face off. That's why we keep her in a cage. But later on, someone lets it out of the cage, and then the handler's like, nobody run. If you run, this fucker will chase you. The tiger makes an immediate beeline, runs around everyone, and goes straight for him. Like, all you hear in the background is just, ah! It makes an immediate beeline. There's like 8 people between the handler and the tiger. It just fucking completely avoids everyone and goes straight for him.
Oh, that's awesome.
That just totally fucking busted me the hell up. I couldn't stop fucking laughing when I saw that. It reminded me of that Sean William Scott moment with the pony in Old School. Any of these fuckers freak out on the kids, I get to take them down. Isn't that right? You what? That's what I thought. Shut up. He's like zapping and abusing this tiger for the sake because he can. But apparently this is true. Like, dogs are the same. Like, if you start like fucking mistreating them, like they'll think they did something to deserve it. And they remember that shit. And the second this tiger gets a shot to kill him, it fucking takes it. Oh, that one always cracked me up. But I was listening to this just sort of a background, like apparently, like in the Rudyard Kipling version of Shere Khan, he's actually a heroic character in that story. I
remember reading it about 20 or so years ago, but I didn't remember much about it.
Yeah, so he's had a lot of different depictions, but my favorite are the guys that come along and say, you know what, Shere Khan had a point. What, viciously murdering an orphan kid? He had a point, did he?
Oh, that's just fucking losers,
I mean, it's just weird. Like, when we've gotten to the point now where we're making allowances for what the villains do. Like, what next? Palpatine didn't mean it.
Yeah, like the sort of Thanos is right crowd. They're just
We've got
fucking
yeah, Thanos is right. Yeah, when I start hearing shit like that. So we've actually done 3 missions tonight. We've put in the hard yards. Yeah, Metin, fucking you fell off the grid there a little bit, but nah, all good. Um so we're up to mission 4. That was Cliffjumper. Then we did Jazz. Then we did Vortex. I really enjoyed the Vortex one. That was fun, that. Except for that fucked up waypoint. Then we're up to Belly of the Beast, so we're playing as Swindle next time we play this. I don't remember if we play as all of the Combaticons. Vortex, Swindle. No, we got Bruticus next. So next stream that we do, a Fall of Cybertron, we'll have Bruticus. So we got Swindle, Bruticus, Megatron after that. Actually, we got 2 Megatrons back to back. He's been absent for most of the game since Metroplex crushed him. So Swindle, Bruticus, Megatron, Starscream, Grimlock, and then Optimus and Megatron share the final mission. And I think Shockwave is going to be a bit more of a thorn in the arse soon. I always thought Grimlock was after the Bruticus mission, but apparently not. But that final mission, the Grimlock Smash mission, the penultimate mission, yeah, it goes hardcore. Like, the Dinobots are fighting the Insecticons, and we're trying to bring down Shockwave, so I'm looking forward to that one. But I'll cap the stream off here. Not too bad. I mean, Swindle gives us something to look forward to. Everyone loves Swindle, so we'll save him. We'll open up with him next Friday. And we'll get Swindle. Yeah, you win Swindle, my friend.
yeah.
And which without a doubt has to be my closing thing. I don't know what the fuck is going. I know I've mentioned this last week. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what the hell's going on with the releasing of these Combaticons. Like, Swindle's last. Like, and we're getting the $200 fucking Onslaught. Like, I don't know if that's out yet already. It's just weird that the Swindle's last.
Yeah, I don't think he's out here yet, but yeah, Swindle is a bit later in the year as well. I think Onslaught's in another month or two, and yeah, Swindle's a little bit after that, I think.
Nah, just I hate waiting for shit. Just release the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, with Jack, my MVP, the GOAT.
Yeah, the GOAT. Greatest of all time, isn't it? Yeah, the GOAT. I mean, you know, it's like, you know what I do when people say shit like GOAT and all of that? I like, yeah, they're that great that you don't spend the energy to say the whole thing. That's how cool they are. That's how I've always seen it. But when someone tells me, don't say www, say World Wide Web, no, that takes way too long.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
always like that just to fuck with them a little bit. But with that being said, I'll start wrapping this up. And yeah, it'll be back to Majora's Mask. I don't know if I'll do another stream of that over the weekend. I might even do a Majora's stream tomorrow night. And we'll see how that goes. We're up to the Stone Tower Temple. We're not actually up to the temple itself. We're towards the we've done the item collection after the Great Bay. There's a few things we need to do in Icona Canyon before we go into Stone Tower Temple. And then we can start wrapping that game up. We're at the end of that already, Majora's Mask, but we have streamed that pretty long and pretty hard over the week. I might have to keep a Zelda game sort of humming along through the week, and as we go work our way through Fall of Cybertron on Fridays. But yeah, it would be Majora's Mask up next stream. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe tomorrow for that one. But anyway, everyone stay out of trouble, and we'll catch you then.